How has the pandemic changed your spending habits?
Definitely more careful. Yeah, and definitely cutting back a lot. I don't spend as much as I used to, for sure. Yeah, yeah, but there's been a lot of changes for sure. Yeah. Well, food's gone up. The price of gas. Just everything has changed dramatically.
I would say it's changed it more so that we prefer to buy as much as we can locally.
The pandemic hasn't changed my spending habits at all. It's just the same old, same old.
I guess from my perspective, maybe like going to the restaurant a bit less than before, maybe like eating more in, like at home. Yeah.
And for me, I think I would say online shopping. I guess that became more of a thing for me as well, just for convenience and habit.
Well, I think I'm a lot more aware of what things cost. And since things have opened up again, you're kind of cautious because a lot, even going out to the restaurant, like my social life is more expensive than it used to be. It seems that most restaurants and bars and retailers are trying to make up for what they lost. And I'm kind of paying for it. And I find that difficult to deal with and accept. Yeah.
Oh, well, most things turn to be online. Certainly, spending, still trying to keep it local, but that doesn't always happen. Now that we are where we are, my spending habits are getting a little bit back to normal now.
So are you going back into stores more? Is that what you
Yes, more masked, but I have to tell you, given everything, I'm buying way less.
It's always a slowdown. Like I was going to go away this weekend, and I'm still kind of like a bit cautious. Cautious on going into a restaurant, not only for myself, but I think about, okay, what if? And I think a lot of people are still thinking that way, at least older people, from what I can tell.
Fair enough. The pandemic has changed my spending habits in that I'm a lot more reflective. I'm not as reactionary to spending. I kind of sit with it and think about, do I really need this, or is it just something that is looking to fill a void?
Well, it's made me think a lot more carefully about what I'm going to spend money on and why. So, in my case, I've become a little bit of a minimalist through the pandemic because it made me reevaluate some of my spending habits and what I was doing.
We were forced to spend less because everything was closed. So when we're used to eating out 2 or 3 nights a week, we didn't do that. So yeah, our habits changed just because they had to. It wasn't by choice, but you have to watch. You have to watch a little more closely. And I feel badly for young people. I really do. Who are
Saved more, basically. It's how did it? I think it just raised prices so that the money we saved, we're just spending it more now. So it comes out even.
I'm spending a lot less on things that I guess would qualify as entertainment, travel, those sorts of things. I'm putting aside money for other things though, healthier food, nutrients, N95 mask, that kind of thing. So it's probably the same spending, but just different, except for the rise in prices, of course, that's extra.
It's between that and inflation, we do watch where we spend more. We don't go out as much to eat at restaurants or go out for entertainment as much. So that's the largest, I think, impact on our spending.
We're fortunate enough that we can still afford to buy food and stuff. I think we're a little more careful and we maybe look a little harder for bargains on things, but do feel sorry for those people that are not in as good a position as us, and that's certainly very tough.